Hello guys, you're welcome back. My people, Akpabio Wahala now they get am double because Natasha don't give am woto back to back as in this one a fight to finish. Now they call this one. Oh, abeg watch this video, and after watching, abeg drop your comment with us in the comment section. Also subscribe to our channel. Subscription now for free and make you for the see our ogbonge news as we dey drop them. And abeg also help us to like and share our videos. Thank you and bye.
Senator Natasha responds to Senator Akpabio's defamation petition to police IG, and she cites fear for her safety. Senator Akpabio Yahaya, speaking through her legal counsel, Victor Giwa, said her comments were not made for political leverage, but out of genuine fear for her safety. The suspended senator represented Kogi Central, Natasha Akpabio Yahaya, has strongly responded to a former petition filed by Senate President Akpabio, in which she is accused of criminal defamation and incitement over allegations of an assassination plot. Senator Akpabio Yahaya, speaking through her legal counsel, Victor Giwa, said her comments were not made for political leverage, but out of genuine fear for her safety. She has received the petition and has responded, Giwa said. What happened when she made that statement was her crying out to the general public to understand what she is exposed to. Giwa also criticized what he called a deliberate act of endangerment by Senate leadership, alleging that Natasha's security duties were withdrawn immediately after her suspension. And let me just quickly add here that they were not only withdrawn, but it was publicly stated for the whole world to know that it was withdrawn and she was vulnerable and without the security detail that ought to be attached to her. You are aware that the Senate President ordered the withdrawal of her security, Giwa noted. If somebody has committed gross misconduct, what has that got to do with the withdrawal of her security? She's a politically exposed person. You stop her from entering the Senate, fine, but she has a life outside the complex. She's entitled to protection. Senator Akpabio Yahaya was suspended from the Senate for 6 months under controversial circumstances earlier this year. Controversial circumstances include the fact that she accused the Senate President of sexual harassment, and also the fact that she accused the Senate President of deliberately maligning her, deliberately, sabotaging her and the Senate, and also oppressing and suppressing her voice. And she stood up and said, why was her seat moved without any notification? The same thing that the current Senate President had done under another Senate President. And he wasn't suspended, by the way. Senate reporters on Thursday reported that Senate President Akpabio had formally petitioned the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, seeking an investigation into an alleged assassination plot made against him by Senator Akpabio Yahaya. In this petition dated April 3rd, 2025, Akpabio denied the serious accusation and called for the prosecution of Akpabio Yahaya for criminal defamation. The petition, which was also copied to the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi, comes after Akpabio Yahaya's public outburst on April 1st, 2025. During a speech in Kogi State, Akpabio Yahaya accused Akpabio of instructing former Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello to assassinate her in Kogi State, claiming that the act was intended to make it appear that her constituents were responsible for her death. Akpabio categorically denied the accusation, calling it a heinous lie and a reckless and deliberate attempt to tarnish his image. In his petition, the Senate President labeled the allegation as politically motivated, accusing Akpabio Yahaya of attempting to incite political unrest and damage his public image. He stressed that the allegation was made without any supporting evidence. The Senate President also highlighted the severe impact of the false accusation, especially given its widespread coverage across media platforms, including radios, television, and social media. He urged law enforcement agencies to treat the matter with the seriousness it deserves. He said, I write to formally bring to your attention and seek immediate investigation and prosecution of a criminally defamatory and malicious statement made against me by Senator Natasha Akpabio Yahaya, a suspended member of the Nigerian Senate on the 1st of April 2025, which was widely publicized on radio stations, televisions, and newspapers, including social media. In the public outburst at Kogi State while addressing her audience, Senator Natasha Akpabio Yahaya falsely alleged that I instructed the former governor of Kogi State, Akpabio Yahaya Bello, to assassinate her in Kogi State instead of Abuja, with the intent of making it appear that her constituents were responsible for her death. One of the things I would say as I'm reading is that he constantly, in that writing, referred to her as Senator Natasha Akpabio Yahaya, which is her title as supposed to be. But on the floor, he had said she should not be referred to as that. Nobody should use it. But he knows lawfully this is the way he's supposed to address her. Do you get what I'm saying? Why they've said that, oh, even some newspaper, you see them mischievously refusing to use the senator with her. But when he was going to put out an official document in the law and everything, he put that senator, Natasha. He put the senator, her full name. He didn't just put Natasha. Think about it for a moment. This statement is not only a heinous lie, but a reckless and deliberate attempt to damage my reputation, endanger my life and security, and incite public political unrest. I categorically state that this allegation is entirely false, unfounded, and politically motivated. It is a calculated act of blackmail and character assassination designed to portray me as a political villain, and the statement was made without any shred of truth or supporting evidence. He further added that the statement was intended to manipulate public sentiment and malign his person and office. Her motive was clear, he said, which was to incite the public, manipulate sentiment, and malign my person and office in the eyes of the Nigerian people and the international community. The severity of this false allegation and the fact that it has gained public traction makes it necessary that law enforcement agencies treat it with the urgency it deserves. In the petition, Akpabio called for the immediate investigation into the false and inciting allegations and the prosecution of Senator Natasha Akpabio Yahaya under the relevant provisions of the law for criminal defamation, incitement, false accusation, and conduct likely to cause breach of peace. As far as I'm concerned, go to court. Go there and this is not the one that, and the Nigerian police should not be unfortunate, especially the IG of police, where they normally will do harassment, harass the person, carry the person there, whatever. Let him go to court. He has been defamed. Let him go there and clear his name. And she should go there and provide the evidence. Shikina. That's what it is. Thank you for watching. Bye.
We must remember that there are two sides. And so one allegation is on sexual harassment. The other one is denied. But the context in which this occurred was that Senator Akpabio and Senator Natasha incidentally shared the same birthday. I don't know if you are aware. They shared the same birthday, 9th of December. And so on the 8th of December, they've all arrived in Uyo to begin the preparation for the birthday on the following day. So the petition written by Senator Natasha indicates that the sexual harassment occurred on the 8th. But I don't know if you've looked at some of the documentation I've given. So what then made me wonder and say maybe I needed to clarify? So we sent a letter, which you've got. We'd like to have some clarification on the important timeline contradiction. So on the 8th, there's an allegation of sexual harassment. On the 9th, there is praise for the same person who on the 8th, a sexual harassment allegation is made. That's the purpose of this.
I mean, we have been following this story, Adefemi Akinsoya. I mean, when this Yahaya Bello's petition came up online, there were, mixed reactions. Should I take one reaction before I come to you?
Sure.
And this person wrote on X, Yahaya Bello, facing serious allegations of embezzling billions in public funds, now wants to prosecute a sitting senator. The irony is loud. Oh, loud gone. He should face justice, not distract from it. I mean, I thought that was quite a cheeky trick. But that sort of conversation was online. Like, are you the one now prosecuting people? But everyone is entitled to defend themselves. Yeah. Go ahead, no matter what.
Is Yahaya Bello entitled to defend himself?
Question and answer.
Okay. Well, what I think we need to do here is actually, in all seriousness,
yes.
I think it is quite preposterous for Yahaya Bello to be saying anything other than facing his front, really. I think that when you find yourself in a situation like this, you've got too much business to mind than to be minding what somebody else is saying. So yes, I can understand and to some extent sympathize with accusations being put against you that you believe are untrue.
Yes.
But you've got far too much to be focusing on, especially when it comes to accusations of embezzlement, than to be worrying about Senator Natasha Akpabio. I think you need to face your front, Yahaya Bello.
Femi tells Yahaya to face his front. And that's